Good morning, everyone. My name is Jemima J. Cinco, and I am going to be your teacher for today. So, before we begin our class, let's start with a short prayer. Okay, I will be checking your attendance. Since all of you are present for today, very good class. Okay, so last time I gave you an assignment to write. Kindly pass it in front. Now, let's see who can still recall what was our last topic all about. Anyone who can still remember? Very good. Our topic last meeting was all about different font styles. Okay, very good class. Okay, so at the end of this session, the students will be able to identify the different alphabet of lines and their functions and appreciate the importance of alphabet of lines. So, before we start our discussion, let's test your problem-solving abilities. Let's have an activities about problem-solving abilities below our symbols. All you have to do is identify the words hidden in this symbol. The clues are the sets of letters. Are you ready, class? Okay, let's start. Okay, since all of you are done, good game, class. So, what are the words hidden in the symbols? Very good. So, the word hidden in the symbols is what we call as alphabet of lines. Okay, very good, class. So before we start our discussion, I will just read a short phrase that will motivate you. Okay, so we live in a world filled with signs and symbols. Symbols are abstract or geometrical design that gives us instruction or guidance in our daily lives. Such a meaningful phrase. Okay, class, our topic for today is all about the alphabet of lines in a technical drawing. So let's define first what is the alphabet of lines. Okay, alphabet of lines is a list of line symbols that are used on technical drawings to represent the shape and describe the size of an object. So class, it is important to know the alphabet of lines since each line on it conveys a meaning and in order for us to recognize each lines. So there are different alphabet of lines. The first line is what we call as visible or object line. Next is the hidden line. Next is center line, then dimension line, then extension line. Next is break lines, next is cutting plane line, then section line, and last is the phantom line. So let's discuss first what is visible or object line. So this line is used to represent the visible edges of an object drawn thick in dark. So as you can see on the illustration, all the visible are the lines that you see at the edges that is drawn at the edges of an object is what we call as visible or object line. Understood? The next is the hidden line. So this line is used to represent edges hidden from view, drawn as thin, dark dashed lines. So as you can see on the illustration, it is not the line that is drawn is not the same as the visible or object line because hidden line drawn as thin and visible drawn as thick. And the purpose of the hidden line that is drawn as a thin and represent as edges hidden from view because it is to make a drawing easier to understand. Next is center line. This line is used to show the center of objects, circles, and arcs, drawn as thin lines, drawn using two long dashes and a short dash separated by a 1.5 millimeter gap. As you can see on the illustration, the thin lines that is drawn separately are that's what we call center line. That enable us to know where is the center of the object. Next is the dimension line. This line is used for dimensioning and notes, drawn with arrowheads on each end and placed between extension lines. As you can see on the illustration, there are these lines drawn with arrowheads on each end and placed between extension lines. And that's what we call dimension line. So the purpose for this for the dimension line is to know the measurement of an object in a drawing. Okay. Next is extension line. It is used to extend dimensions from the related objects drawn with a short space between the object and line. Let's take a look at the illustration. As what you have drawn on the dimension line, you can add a line to draw another related objects, and the line that you extend is what we call as extension line. Understood? Okay, next is the break line. This line is used to indicate part of the object has been removed. Short break lines are drawn thick and long break lines are drawn thin with free and zigzags. So as you can see on the illustration, we draw the short break lines and the long break lines. In order for us to indicate or to know that the part of that object has been removed, or to show that a part has been shortened to reduce its size on the drawing. Okay. The next is the cutting plane line. So this line indicate a plane or planes exposed by cutting and removing an imaginary section of the object. So this is similar to the break lines, but the break lines is much thinner in weight than the cutting plane line. Okay, next to cutting plane line is the section line. So it is a thin lines to show the surface that has been cut, and they are spaced evenly at 45 degrees with the horizontal to make shaded effect. So as you can see on the illustration, this is a section line is used in order for us to know the kind of material from which the part is to be constructed. Okay, then lastly is the phantom line. Phantom line is a thin line that shows positions of part of an object that moves, drawn by two short dashes and one long dash. Let's take a look at the illustration. So the illustration, the object is moves, drawn by two short dashes and one long dashes. So in other words, it shows the travel of movement of an object or a part in alternate position. So that's all the discussions regarding the different alphabet of lines in a technical drawing. Hey class, now that we are done, why is it important to know the alphabet of lines? Okay class, very good. That's all for today's class. I hope you understand and let this lesson be an instruction or guidance in your daily lives. Thank you and God bless.